sitting here looking at this. Okay. Hello, 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 hello. Peace and blessings, my phenomenal humans who choose to tune in to this very beautiful show. I am back with another episode within a new era, a new season, and a new reason for your mental health matters, staying mentally aware. Thank you, everyone, for joining me again. I am your very educated, beautifully melanated, and also animated host, better known as DeAndre Morris Jr. And again, we are still celebrating Black Music Month. I had a song that I wanted to play, but I'm having some technical difficulties with the sound, but I know I'll have it fixed very soon. We'll get into that when we get to the mental wellness check segment. But hello, everybody. Hello, hello. I am still here with you all. I know that I have been missing in action for a few weeks, but again, when we get to the wellness check segment, I will explain to everybody what's been going on. But thank you for joining me again on yet another installment of Your Mental Health Matters, Staying Mentally Aware, Season 2, Episode 2. 2 is one of my favorite numbers. That's something that you all should know. I need to let you all know that. Yes, you are here for another installment of Your Mental Health Matters, Staying Mentally Aware, where I am discussing mental health on a whole new level. Everything that's being discussed here on this platform is basically to, talk about mental health. Everything, every component, every portion of the show, every segment of the show, it is all going to circle back to mental health. I discuss mental health on a spiritual, financial, holistic, emotional, social, you name it. We're going to discuss mental health in so many different facets. It looked like it done got dark. Is that okay? Are we okay? Are we live? Okay, it just looked like it's kind of dark right now. I don't know what's going on, but I could see me. I can. And you could see me here for another episode of Your Mental Health, Staying Mentally Aware. Again, I have been missing in action for the last 2 weeks. So before I continue, I want to say happy Friday, happy belated Father's Day, happy belated Juneteenth, happy Pride Month. All those events, all of those occurrences I have missed. And I am so sorry that I missed those occurrences, those observances within the last 2 weeks. I want to continue on with doing my Your Mental Health Matters show. But before I continue, I want to make sure I let my father, this is a small picture, I know, let my father know that I have not forgotten about him, and just to tell him happy Father's Day, happy belated Father's Day. I love you. You know I live in Minneapolis. You're in St. Louis. I hope that you got my card that I sent you, and I will be calling you this weekend. Happy belated Father's Day to my father. Thank you for being the man that you are and raised me and talked to me and guided me to be the man that I am. So again, happy Father's Day to you, Dad. Before I continue, I want to remind everybody that I am no longer on Facebook Live anymore. I really didn't want to do the social media thing. I have taken myself away from a lot of social media, but I do know how imperative social media is right now in 2024. But I just needed to take a hiatus from Facebook. And plus, being on YouTube and revitalizing and rebranding my YouTube channel just gains for more of a larger audience, more of a mass audience, which is my goal in this show. As I grow it, I do want more people to be able to reach it. And you don't necessarily have to have a YouTube account in order to watch this show. People have YouTube downloaded to their phones and their computers. They don't have to have no YouTube account to find. So I say that to say this. All of my real supporters who have literally came from Facebook and came over to YouTube, really, truly, I want to say thank you times a million. For those of you who are just coming up with many excuses not to find this show, you can find anything else. You can find old Real Housewives of whatever city. You can find video clips on YouTube. You can find Real Housewives of whatever city on YouTube. Everybody say, oh, well, I didn't see that little video clip. Oh, let me go to YouTube and find it. So if you can find whatever you want on YouTube, you can find this channel and this show on YouTube as well. If you are a true supporter, I thank you wholeheartedly. If not, it's okay. I'm okay with that, because everything that I do, everything that I say isn't going to get the mass support that I want, but that's the world that we live in now. We live in a world where everybody has an opinion. I literally just talked about this at the coffee shop this past Wednesday with somebody. I told this man, because he was saying that people were getting on social media platforms and was talking about Marlon Wayans with his allyship, which actually that is a topic that I'm going to get into on this show, on this episode later on. But my comment to him was, social media has given everybody a platform. Everybody. Even people that don't really deserve a platform, that get on here and spew racism and hate, they have a platform. There are platforms for white supremacists. There are platforms on social media for little small groups that plan on discriminating and hating on other racial groups. There is a platform on social media for a little bit of everybody. Luckily and truly, I come onto this platform, this YouTube channel, and I want to talk more positive, and I want to uplift my people, because it's enough hate and discrimination in the world as it is. So this platform is not for the hate. And before I continued, I just wanted to let everybody know about my YouTube channel. Like and subscribe my YouTube channel. It is at PHOCALPOINT numeral 2. That is spelled Focal Point 2. Or you can just type in my name, DeAndre Morris Jr., and I should be able to pop up in the search bar on your YouTube app, on your phone, computer, tablet, what have you. And I'm easy at your fingertips. I also want to remind all of my followers that I do have a new email address. It is ymhm@gmail.com. With my last email account, I was having a lot of technical difficulties. It's a lot of technical difficulties going on in the world. Like, the email accounts, social media accounts, internet, everything is just technically difficult right now. And we're trying to do the best we can in this technological generation that we're living in to try to take care of our business as digitally and electronically as we possibly can. But when electronics and the digital world is giving us issues, we're in danger, because everything has been digitized. But when the digital world crashes, then what? So again, I do the best I can with the technological advancements and the technological education that I have, but my brain cannot stop whatever technical issues that are going on with the internet or with social media or what have you. So I say all that to say thank you all for really, really hanging in with me with this journey. It is season 2, episode 2, like I said at the early part of the episode, and I'm really, really ecstatic about where this is going to go. I need as much support as I possibly can get. So the many shares, the many people that like and subscribe to my channel, the many shares I get per episode on social media, the many views that I get it does me some justice. And it just fuels me to continue to give you your mental health matters, because I do know a handful of people and a segment of people that I am reaching. And I really do love that I'm reaching a mass audience. Even though I'm still trying to figure out the YouTube thing, I'm going to have it figured out. But again, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Focal Point #2, or just type my name in, DeAndre Morris Jr., and I should be able to pop up. And you can email me at ymhm@gmail.com. Again, that is YMHM. That stands for Your Mental Health Matters @gmail.com. That's the easier email address, easier to type in your email bar and send me all of your positive feedback. Send me your letters of acknowledgement, letters of encouragement, any letters that you want me to read on air aloud and give you a response to whatever, my letters from the listeners. Please send it to that email address, YMHM which stands for Your Mental Health Matters @gmail.com. It's been a long day. I cannot wait until I get into talking about what my week has been like. No hate mail, please. I am not accepting any more hate mail or any more, oh, well, I love the show, but I think you should do this different. I'm not accepting any more letters like that. If you support me, you support me. If you don't, you don't. And that's okay. I'm okay with the people who don't support, because everything and everybody is not for everybody. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and I'm okay with that. But I am pouring cups of tea to several individuals out here who want a poured cup of tea in front of them. So yeah, like and subscribe my YouTube channel. It's going to be some great content that's coming your way. I'm looking forward to it. Really, really looking forward to it. Again, no hate mail. I'm not accepting any hate mail. It's a lot of hate. It's enough hate in the world right now. Your hate mail will not get read. If I read the first sentence in the letter and it says something hateful, it's getting deleted immediately. Because I'm not really for the hate anymore. I'm not feeling it anymore. Moving right along to... This is bugging me. Hold on. I'm sorry, everybody. Okay. I needed to make sure I fix that a little bit. Okay, moving right along to the wellness check of the week. Because I tend to do wellness checks. Those of you who have been watching my show on on Facebook before I came over to YouTube, all of my season 1. And by the way, you can just find my name, DeAndre F. Morris, on on Facebook, and you can find all 15 episodes of season 1 on Facebook that I did on Facebook Live. So for all of my Facebook followers who have migrated over to YouTube, thank you, thank you, thank you. But let's do a wellness check. How are you feeling right now? Are you feeling really good? Are you feeling anxious? Are you having a really rough time? Do you need to reach out for support, or do you not know how to feel? Let me know in the comment section, and I'm going to slowly respond to your comments, as not right now since I'm live, but I won't be able to read your comments, but I will read your comments after the show. And moving forward within the weekend, I will be getting back to you. But the wellness check is a very important segment of my show, because with me promoting mental health and making sure that people are mentally aware, a wellness check is always the first or the second segment of the show that I do every week. So how are you feeling? How am I feeling? It's been 2 weeks since I've been here with you. In the last 2 weeks, a lot has happened. Life is still lifing, but I'm still pushing forward. I'm not the richest man in the world, but I'm still rich in spirit and in truth. I'm not really where I want to be in life, but I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is going to get better overnight. Just because it was 14 days ago when we last seen each other, it doesn't mean that in the last 2 weeks things have improved, because things have not, but I'm not going to complain. In my James Cleveland voice, I won't complain. I'm going to plant the fruits of my labor, watch that fruit grow, and be happy for what I've sown and what is growing. So, yeah, it's rough. It really is. One major thing that is really frustrating to me is the production of this show. Never realized how hard putting a show like this, a show of this caliber, together is. It is really a lot of work. Me, Big Scorpio Energy over here, I'm a one-man show. I'm the director, the executive producer, the writer, the actor, the host, soon to be a choreographer once this show gets big, businessman. Like, I'm a one-man show over here. And it's really frustrating to pull a show like this together. I know I have enough buy-in, and I know the Lord is getting ready to reap and help me to see what I've sown over the last few years with this production and with this. And I can't wait to meet the fruits of my labor for what I've been planting out here in the world. It is so time consuming. I need to start planning ahead of time, putting this show together so I could stop coming to you all late. Me, I won't call myself a perfectionist, but I do love everything to a T, because I'm Mr. Specific over here, and specific, it is me. I need to make sure that all I's are dotted and all T's are crossed. And if I's aren't dotted and T's aren't crossed, I'm going to comb through everything and make sure things are in their place. And me being a one-man show and me making sure that everything is in its place, it does take a long time. So if you only knew everything that should happen and everything that is supposed to happen to make sure that this show comes together, if only you knew. In my Patti LaBelle voice, I got so many references tonight, so many pop culture references tonight. If only you knew. But I'm smiling. I'm going to always keep a smile on my face and always move forward with what I need to do. Because in the quote of the very famous, very beloved, very idol of mine, Miss Oprah Winfrey, because for those of you who don't know, I'm trying to become the male Oprah Winfrey. I want to be the king of media, and I want to be able to be in every aspect of production and media that I can be in, and make sure that I can get experience and expertise in all the aspects of media and production like Oprah Winfrey. But in the famous words, well, probably not famous to you all, but famous to me, and from Oprah Winfrey, and I quote, "You must do what you have to do in order to do what you want to do." So I have to make sure that this show is, being a one-man production, I have to make sure that everything with this show is to a T in order to get to where I want, in order to climb to the top of that tree and pluck the fruits of my labor. So shout out to Oprah Winfrey for a mantra that I do live by wholeheartedly. Thank you, Oprah. But that's my wellness check. Again, put in the comment section, if you're watching right now, put in the comment section how you're doing based on my chart here on my monitor. To do all of this takes a lot. Like, to make sure that the slideshow is together for this monitor, and it just, everything is just a lot. But life is a lot right now. And I have to make sure that I'm breathing in and breathing out, doing my breathing exercises, doing my meditation daily, just to make sure that I center me and make sure that I can get through this show and everything for this show is done. So thank you all for being patient with me yet again. I just love you all. I love you all to a T while I read my little outline notes over here. I want to, before I move on, and in my serious tone, I want to send out all prayers or whatever is needed in your life right now. If you need me to elicit prayers to you for whatever reason, you don't have to put in the comment section what you need prayers for. But if you need a prayer, just know that this one is being elicited to you all that is in need of prayer. And always remember, sunshine is followed by every storm. You have to weather a storm in order to see some sunshine in the end. So if you're weathering a storm right now out there, and I'm very serious about this in this moment, if you're weathering a storm out there, please, please, please keep your head up. And I'm saying that from me to you because I too am weathering a storm, but I do have enough courage and tenacity to sit in front of this camera for you right now, because it takes a village for all of us to raise ourselves up out of a dark place. And if you need me to be a part of that village, I am. I am your village. I am your keeper. If you need me, ymhm@gmail.com. Please do not be afraid to email me. If you're watching this right now and you have my phone number, you're a close friend of mine, a close family member, a close relative, a close loved one, please do not hesitate to text me or call me, please, because we all need each other right now to stay afloat. You know, somebody might be watching this episode and maybe crying right now after I said I send my prayers to you. You might be shedding a tear right now as you're watching this episode. Please don't know that please know, not don't know, I'm sorry. Please know that you are not crying alone. I've shed tears before this show. You might not know it, but my grandmother always told me to never look like what I'm going through. I'm sitting before you looking like $1 million right now because that's what I'm trying to reach. Actually, my goal is for my net worth to be 1.5 million like T.S. Madison's in some time. You know, I know it takes a lot to get that type of money. It takes a lot for your tax bracket to increase, but whatever I need to do, whatever work I must put in to make sure that my tax bracket increases, I'm going to make sure that happens. So I'm sitting here looking like $1 million to you, but on the inside, I feel worthless in a sense. I feel like I have no worth or no value. So that's why I sit before you on this show every week and just pour my heart out to you, because this is what I really want to do. And I can't wait until this grows to be something as magnanimous as I envision in my head. And then maybe I wouldn't feel so worthless. Maybe I wouldn't feel so unvalued, you know. But a lot of us go through those seasons. A lot of us go through seasonal depression. I know I have. A lot of us go through anxiety. I know I have. But do know that your sunshine is coming at the end of this storm that you're weathering right now. Dry your eyes. Wipe those tears. You're not going to cry. You know that trouble doesn't last always. So I sit here with a smile on my face, and I want you to put a smile on your face right along with me, okay? Because we're going to get through this. We are really going to get through this. I know I'm spending a lot of time on this wellness check portion, but I just want to make sure that you all know that you are not the only person that's going through something right now. You might be watching this feeling like you're by yourself, but you are not. Let me move on from this wellness check before I start crying or something, because I don't want to dampen the mood. So happy Pride! It's still Pride Month. Today is June 21st, 2024. Today is still Pride Month. We are in Pride Month until June 30th. So let us have our Pride moment. I am wishing the entire LGBTQ plus community happy Pride Month. I'm going to be doing that every episode in the month of June because we do matter. We would not have gotten recognized for Pride Month or would not have been granted the observance of Pride Month 25 years ago if we didn't matter. So yes, everybody in the LGBTQIA2 plus community, everybody that's in the diaspora, happy Pride Month to you. We have been really faced with a lot in the month of June. Feeling like LGBTQ people don't matter, but you matter. You matter. I just want to let you know that. If I'm saying that to myself, I'm telling you that too. So you matter. Happy Pride Month. And I hope whatever Pride festivities and Pride events that you have done, if you all have done any so far, I hope you have enjoyed yourself. If your Pride weekend or Pride list of Pride events are coming up soon, I do hope you have the time of your life. Go out and celebrate your Pride, damn it. Because I know I will. This year I'll be fully clothed. So happy Pride Month to everybody out there that's celebrating their LGBTQIA2 plus pride. And being as though that we are still in the month of Pride Month, I still want to highlight people, places, and things that have influenced the LGBTQIA2 plus diaspora from the time we have stepped foot on this earth up until now. I am here to recognize everything Pride this month. So with that being said, my Pride Month phenomenal queer pioneer of the week is none other than T.S. Madison. That is my girl. That is, I had to look at her because this is a beautiful picture of her. I don't know why my camera didn't went dark, but T.S. Madison is my queer pioneer of the week for Pride Month. I love her. I will be honest and say this because I'm a diehard T.S. Madison fan. I am a Maddie in the Morning fan. I'm a Turned Out by T.S. Madison fan. I'm a T.S. Madison fan, period. And for somebody like this individual who is a part of the diaspora to have started where she started and is where she is now, I really love her journey. Now, I will admit, I did not like her at first. She was a little too brash. It wasn't the fact that she was a part of the Libiquita community. Her word, that's her coined term. The Libiquita community, which is the LGBTQIA2 plus community, it wasn't the fact that she was a part of our community. It's the fact that she was kind of brash and loud and rude. And I was like, can I get into her? Can I get into her brand? Can I get into the person who is T.S. Madison? And the answer is yes, I can. When I first was introduced to her, it was years ago. It was before my move to Minneapolis, and I really wasn't feeling her. But over time, as she's grown on me and I've grown in this world, in this LGBTQ lifestyle, I see where T.S. Madison is coming from now. Like the person that T.S. Madison projects herself to be, I get it now. I didn't get it at first. I get it now. I get everything that she is now. And I hope and pray that when she sees this, she knows that I am doing her justice and I'm giving her her flowers as I should while she's above the dirt. Like we don't give, we as, especially a black community, and I'll get into that in another episode, but we as black people don't know how to give our fellow black people their flowers. It's not even the fact that she's a part of the LGBTQ community. It's just the fact that she's a black individual who deserves her flowers. And I'm going to give her her flowers as needed. So T.S. Madison is my queer pioneer of the week for Pride Month. A few details about T.S. Madison. She was born on October 22nd, 1977 in Miami, Florida. So she is a Southern girl. She's an American personality, actress, producer, businesswoman, talk show host, talk show hostess, a hostess period around the community, a brand ambassador, and yes, believe it or not, she's transgendered. So I was trying to save the transgender part for my bullet point in the notes because looking at her, you wouldn't think, but yes, she is a proud transgendered individual who deserves to walk this earth, who deserves to exist on this earth, who deserves to receive her flowers and her accolades on this earth before she, like everybody else, perishes this earth. So T.S. Madison, I love you. I'm not done, no. And I want to work with you. I hope you do see this because I love you tremendously. I love you. And I want to work with you. Come on. Hopefully you see what I'm doing with you because we need this work. Let's lift the Libiquity community up by partnering with each other, along with Warner Brothers Entertainment. Most people are familiar with her for appearing periodically on RuPaul's Drag Race. She appears periodically on RuPaul's Drag Race as a guest judge. Personally, I want her to become a permanent judge, but her guest judging has got her an accolade. So I guess what she's doing right now isn't so bad, but personally, I want her as a permanent judge on the show. But most people who have seen T.S. Madison or know of her likeness is more familiar with her for being a guest judge on RuPaul's Drag Race periodically. She also has starred in several motion pictures, because like I said, she's an actress. So she starred in several motion pictures, including Bros, the Netflix movie with Gabrielle Union and Tone Bell titled The Perfect Find that you can find on Netflix still, and a series titled Hush. She is in there. It is a all-black series that you can find on Prime Video. So just to name a few productions that this beautiful individual has been in, she's really working her butt off. I'm really loving what she's doing because her working her butt off has gotten her spots and hosting spots like the T.S. Madison Experience, Turned Out with T.S. Madison on Fox Soul, and more recently Maddie in the Morning, which she broadcasts on YouTube as well, but she also broadcasts Maddie in the Morning on Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter. So when she broadcasts her show on YouTube, it's going viral everywhere. And she's usually available on Maddie in the Morning on Sundays. I do be tuning in to her Sunday Maddie in the Morning, and she cracks me up. Now, I will warn you all, the Maddie in the Morning is about 4.5 hours long. But you don't have to watch it all at one time, which is the beauty of YouTube. Once this episode here of Your Mental Health Matters is done, it's uploaded to my YouTube channel. You can watch it at any given time at your leisure. So you don't have no excuse not to catch this show, just like you don't have no excuse not to catch Maddie in the Morning, because you can easily find T.S. Madison anywhere. I mean, she has a little commercial that says, I am inevitable. I am not to be forgotten about. I am found a little bit everywhere, so you can find me by typing in my name in the Google. Find her by typing her name in the Google, and she will pop up. Maddie in the Morning, I do suggest you watching that show. More forwardly, the work that she has done has gotten her her first Grammy Award for her contribution in 2023 she got the Grammy Award in 2023 for her 2022 contribution to the song Cozy on the critically acclaimed album by Beyonce Knowles Carter titled Renaissance. T.S. Madison has received her Grammy Award, her first Grammy Award for her contribution as songwriter for the song Cozy, as well as an Emmy Award for her contributions as a guest judge on RuPaul's Drag Race. So if you think about that, she has the E and she has the G in the EGOT status. She is 2 awards away from being the first transgendered individual as an EGOT. So I say to myself, she is my queer pioneer, because if she can do it, I can do it. Now, I don't know how I'm going to get the O, but I know that I could get the E, the G, and the T, because I'm a multifaceted person within the Libiquita community as well. So I could get the E, the G, and the T, but the O, I need to be in somebody's movie to get that. But yes, T.S. Madison is 2 awards away from being the first transgendered EGOT individual. And I read a article that really bothered me, and she was being, and it was a female. I want to call her something, but I'm going to keep this rated G. But the lady that I read an article from the woman a few days ago, and she referred to T.S. Madison as, I quote, the first cross-dressing gay man to win an Emmy and a Grammy. So she referred to T.S. Madison as a cross-dresser, and she was being intentional with her words in the article. And during Pride Month, we're not going to have that. We're not taking that. We're not getting ready to be disrespected as individuals when we're trying to celebrate our pride. So an article that I read that was trying to be facetious and trying to call her a cross-dresser, and she's a man, and she's 2 awards away from being an EGOT, which I've been saying all along, but they're doing it to be spiteful, and I'm really not appreciating that. So T.S. Madison, just know that you got some reinforcements over here if you need somebody to handle some things, okay? Because during Pride Month, we're not going to have that. We're not going to have all that disrespect. But you are my queer pioneer of the week, T.S. Madison Hinton. Good old Southern girl. So let's do some work together. Hopefully you loved what I did for you, and hopefully it wasn't all over the place, because I get excited when I talk about people within the LGBTQIA 2+ community that's really doing some things, like seriously. And I really mean that, T.S. Madison Hinton. Please hit me up. That was a video that I had wanted to show. It wasn't, like I said, I'll show that video a little later, but it was a video of, and it was just last week. It brought a tear to my eye. I added it to my slideshow. I really wanted to show the video, but the sound quality is off. But once I get the sound quality fixed, I am going to show this video. This is the most heartfelt video I've seen involving anybody LGBTQ in a long time. I really love, most importantly, what T.S. Madison's mother said to her in this video. It's a 3-minute video. They were honoring T.S. Madison as a logo legend, and the mom showed up. You see Billy Eichner is in the video. A few of Mo Hart from my Missouri girl, Mo Hart. Shout out to Monique Hart. Come on, Mr. Hart. I cried at this video. It was a video that I had to save to my content collection, and it was also a video that I sent to my grandmother and to my mother, because I felt like the context behind the video with T.S. Madison's mother loving on her and giving her her flowers and telling her to her face around her beautiful people, her beautiful friends, that I didn't understand you at first. I didn't understand your journey at first. But I'm so, so thankful for you to be my child. And I'm also thankful that you were patient with me as your mother to help me understand your queer journey that I never ever understood. And that part brought a tear to my eye because there has been so many LGBTQIA people who have been put out of their homes, young people particularly, who have come out as gay and have been evicted from their homes and disowned from their families, their moms and their dads for being gay, and their parents not giving their children the purpose that they're supposed to give their children and the guidance that they're supposed to give their children, even if they're gay or not. Parents who put their children out, and I'm going to say this on here because I am a proud black gay man, and I'm going to say parents and guardians who put their children out for being gay are disgusting to me. And I might get some clapback for that. I don't give a damn. You are very disgusting to disown your child who is not doing anything but trying to live their life authentically and unapologetically, and they come out to the two people that they know will not shun them out, that they know will immediately just take them under their wing and just give them guidance as their gay child, but you choose to put them out, you choose to throw the Bible at them, you choose to chastise them. That is disgusting behavior to me. That is 1950s behavior, and I'm not accepting that in 2024. Our young people need their guidance. There are young people who come out as gay need guidance. They need their love. They need their support. They need a hug. They need a kiss on the cheek. They need a pat on the back. You putting your openly gay child out of the house just because you don't align with their openly gay beliefs is disgusting and ridiculous behavior to me. And it's just... So I sent this video to my grandmother, and I forgot my box of tissue. I forgot my box of tissue here in my little production, because I got a little production situation to my left. When I look over to my left, I see my production. All of the everything. You don't see it, but I'm supposed to. So I forgot my box of Kleenex over here, so I really don't want to read what she wrote because it might make me cry, but I do want to read it because it was a beautiful response, an immediate response that my grandmother gave me for sending me this video. And it's been a journey between me and my grandmother's growth as me being gay, and me and my mother's growth as me being gay, and me and my father's growth as me being gay. Like, it has really been a journey for all of the loved ones in my life accepting this gay personality in their family. And I didn't send the video to my grandmother to make her feel like she wasn't supportive or she didn't love me, but I did send her the video just to make her understand that even in 2024, there are still people, young and older, that are still being shunned out by their families and discriminated against by their families for being openly gay. And my grandmother, I just sent the video to her in her inbox. My caption after it, well, my comment after it was simply, something I feel you need to watch. She watched it, and it tugged on her heartstrings as well, just as well as it did for me. Because any LGBTQIA2+ person that gets the love and support and the hug and the tender love and care that they're supposed to get as a gay person from their mom, it just does something to me. And this was my grandmother's response to me once she saw the video. You know how I gotta make sure my notes are together. My grandmother said, I totally understand and I support you 100% in everything you do. You are smart, intelligent, educated, loving, and supportive of everybody that lets you, meaning everybody that lets you support them. I just always wanted to protect you from any and everything and didn't know how. If I made you feel some kind of way, I am sorry because I love you to the moon and back. Love, Nana. And that right there just did it for me. That right there, anytime my grandmother gives me the support and her tender love and care, it does, you know, it sends me to the moon. But whenever you can get a message from your grandmother and it says that, I didn't even know what her response or what her reaction was going to be to this move, to this little video. But she watched it and that was her response. And that meant the world to me. For me to be an openly gay man and came out at 18 and I'm getting ready to be 40 in 4 months. I've been openly gay for all these years. And my grandmother has done nothing but been my rock, my idol, my angel, my protector, my shield, my front, back, side, and side. She has been there for me. And right now, in such a troubling time in 2024, where the government is looking to jeopardize and threaten LGBTQIA2 plus individuals, their rights, their regulations, everything that has been granted to them is getting repealed and taken away. And it seems like we're going back 60 years. You know, everything that we have fought hard for, from the first brick that was thrown at Stonewall up until today, we have really, as a people, as a gay society, we have really fought long and hard to get the rights and privileges and regulations that we have gotten today, for them to just repealed by the old-time religion administration. Not talking about Biden, but it's that damn House. It's that Congress. That's what it is. That's trying to repeal all of LGBTQ rights and all the LGBTQ actions. And don't make us have to go back into the ACT UP era. Because you know I will be on the front line as the ACT UP person for my rights and my privileges that I have fought really hard. I have been on the front line with bullhorns. I've even chained myself to City Hall doors and walked in silent protest. I'm not going to stop walking for me. As an openly black gay man who lives with HIV, I need my protections. And to live in a society where there's so much hate and stigma and discrimination against a wide, where we are everywhere. Like, the gay diaspora has grown over the last few decades. We are everywhere. You cannot take away the rights of over 1 million, 2 million people. I don't know the exact number of Libiquita people, but it's a lot of us. And for our rights to be repealed, it just don't make no sense. So I had to send this video to my grandmother just to remind her that I am still your gay grandson. I understand that you're watching CNN, HLN, MSNBC, and you're seeing everything that is trying to threaten who I am as an individual. But do know that I still exist. I still matter. I do still love you as long as you still love me. And just from the response that I read from my grandmother, that tells you everything you need to know. So, Nana, I love you, and I will never take it back. Mwah. You've always been my supporter. I got hot. Y'all hot? I done got high. So I'm glad I got my Renaissance, my Benassi. Fan me off, I'm hot, 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 like stolen Chanel, lock me up in jail. That was my best British accent, y'all. Y'all ain't gonna hate on me. But T.S. Madison, I love you. Nana, I love you. I spend so much time on each segment because I got so much love in my heart to give, and I got so much to say to the people that support me. I'm seeing the comments. I see the comments come in. Like I said earlier, I can't see the comments right now at this very moment, but I will get back to you. I love you. Love you for watching. Now we're on to a commercial break. Everything but T.S. Madison. Everything but T.S. Madison. Everything but T.S. Madison. And see. That was a good commercial break, y'all. I like that little commercial. It just made me high. I have to rub that in because I will say Everything by T.S. Madison is my fragrance for the summer. Because in her words, I'm trying to get ate up this summer. I should be wearing it all Pride Month because I'm trying to get ate up in Pride Month. Let me shut up. Be quiet. I am a mess. I'm going to be, that thing got hot. I don't know. I'm not doing no more commercials. That commercial just got me a little moist. I'm moist. Moist. I done got a little hot. Okay, you see who's behind me because I'm not done with the show. That was my queer pioneer of the week. My queer programming of the week is none other than Noah's Ark. It is a show that really sparked a lot of conversation and dialogues amongst Black queer people, particularly Black gay men. I know because I'm one of the Black gay men that initiated dialogue and initiated discussions around this show. Noah's Ark is stamped in history as one of the most influential dramas, like comedy dramedies is what they call it. Comedy/dramas for our people within the Black queer community. A few things about Noah's Ark. It is directed, written, and created by one of my favorite Black queer creatives, Patrick Ian Polk. And why is this picture so small? Why is this picture so small? See, he my favorite Black queer creative, and he didn't come up this small the first time when I did my run through. But created, written, and directed by one of my favorite queer creatives, Black queer creatives, Patrick Ian Polk. The show was released on October 19th, 2005 on the Logo Network, which is a subsidiary network of the Viacom Corporation, which produces MTV, VH1, and BET. So Logo was a small network that was created back in the early 2000s. For those of you who all don't know, it was created in the early 2000s, and it showed nothing but LGBTQ plus programming all day, every day. Anything that was influenced, created, written, directed, starred, dancers, actors, strippers, porn stars, you name it. Everything that was LGBTQ plus related was on this network. Why it got dissolved, I have no clue. But Logo TV was that girl. And Patrick Ian Polk was around at a time and was given an opportunity to distribute his show onto this gay network. And I'm so proud of him for just having the courage to write and create stories and dialogues that involve Black gay men. You know, Noah's Ark isn't the only production that he created. He also written and created a movie titled Punks back in the early 90s. He created Noah's Ark. He was a co-executive producer on the very critically acclaimed P-Valley, which, where is P-Valley? It's been almost 3 years. Hasn't it been like 2 or 3 years that P-Valley has been gone? Where is it? Because when I saw Patrick Ian Polk's name in the credits, I was like, okay, I'm here for this one. But it disappeared, and now Nico, his name, Nico Anand, he's going to be doing a spinoff of Down in the Valley. And I'm looking forward to seeing it because Nico Anand is gay himself. He's a part of the LGBTQ plus community. But where's P-Valley? Noah's Ark was a show that involved 4 friends, and these 4 friends, all people of color, all men of color, were navigating life together as gay men. And it was nothing on television in the early 2000s much like it. It reminded me of a gay Golden Girls. I mean, I know if you're gay, you're supposed to like the Golden Girls. Every gay person don't like Golden Girls. I know I do, but that's what Noah's Ark reminded me of. It was just a gay version of the Golden Girls. And I really loved it. I really loved how quintessential and monumental it was for its time. I really appreciated a tall, black, skinny boy named Patrick Ian Polk for even being vulnerable enough to put together a show that created so much subtext and so much dialogue, including navigating through life as a gay Black man with your friends, navigating a Black gay relationship, navigating HIV, which has always been at the forefront of all of Patrick Ian Polk's productions, which is why he's one of my favorite creatives, because me being an HIV positive Black man, it really looks good and it really makes me feel good to see other HIV positive Black gay men on television, like Wilson Cruz and like Billy Porter. I really do need to see that because it makes me feel like I do have a seat at the table and I do have a place in this atmosphere to thrive and survive with HIV and to do what I do as a creative myself. So back to Noah's Ark. Noah's Ark only lasted 2 seasons, and unfortunately, it ended. However, it created its spinoff titled Jumping a Broom, which came out in Jumping a Broom was a few years. It came out around my birthday. I remember that, and a few years after the series was canceled. A few years later, Noah's Ark Jumping the Broom had came out, which showed Noah and Wade getting married. Really beautiful. And it picked up from the last episode of season 2 when it had got canceled. So Patrick Ian Polk was very smart about that. In July of 2020, he also created another installment to the Noah's Ark franchise titled The Rona Chronicles, where everybody was virtual. It kind of showed how everybody was in quarantine back in 2020. And I love how Patrick Ian Polk writes his things and writes his productions for the times. The Rona Chronicles was so appropriate. Everybody looked good. The whole cast was there, but everybody was on Zoom. And it was creative the way that it was done. So be sure to check out Noah's Ark, the entire franchise, both of the seasons to the series. Noah's Ark Jumping the Broom and Noah's Ark The Rona Chronicles are all available for view. You can find Noah's Ark on Here TV. You can actually find Jumping the Broom and The Rona Chronicles on Amazon Prime, I believe. So all of the productions are available. Please make sure that you tune in to what they call Noah's Ark. And fun fact, Ark in the show, in the title Noah's Ark, stands for all three of his, or the first letters of all three of his friends in the show. Because the main character's name was Noah, but the friends were Alex, Ricky, and Chance, ARC. Ain't that smart? Kudos to you, Patrick Ian. Kudos to you for that. I really love you. You're very smart. So those were my queer pioneer and queer programming of the month, of the week for Pride Month. We still moving on. We still in the, because it's a lot to talk about. When I'm gone for 2 weeks, it's a lot to talk about, especially when it comes to pop culture, because so much is being thrown at you. But another program that I literally just watched 2 days ago, no, I actually watched it yesterday. It's available on Netflix, titled Outstanding, A Comedy Revolution. Now this right here is totally a tearjerker. I really love this because I'm a documentary and docuseries person anyway. So I came across this documentary just, playing scavenger hunt on Netflix. Came across this, watched it, said, I'm doing an episode tomorrow. I'm going to have to include this as my queer program of the week for Pride Month. They literally released it 2 days ago on Wednesday for Pride Month. So appropriate for Pride Month. A lot of Pride Month programming is available. I suggest you all Google some stuff and tune in to some stuff because these programs are really, really good. So Outstanding, A Comedy Revolution is basically a documentary, very great to watch. It is talking about the history of comedy and how it started in the 1920s with a queer undertone. And from the 1920s with that queer undertone up until the queer comedians of today, it really talked and delved into decade by decade by decade. And it was beautifully done. Beautifully done. And it includes some out queer comics, including Margaret Cho, Wanda Sykes. Who else is on here? I saw not Jane Lynch. I saw my girl Lily Tomlin, Judy Gold. Who else? It was a Trixie Mattel, Bob the Drag Queen. So many LGBTQ plus talents gathered. It was about 40 to 50 of these talented queer individuals on one stage during one monumental night at the Greek Theater in Los Angeles, California. Why am I not in Los Angeles? I have no idea. But I need to be in a city where I could see very quintessential and very extravagant and very purposeful things like this. Because this was literally live at a theater. So many amazing queer comics that you remember from the 80s and the 90s. Sandra Bernhard and Judy Gold and Coco Peru and all of these phenomenal people were on one stage for one night and a packed house. Couldn't you imagine how many people you would... That's just incredible. So me even thinking about that. But it is available on Netflix. It is one of my queer programs of the week for Pride Month. Outstanding, A Comedy Revolution. Please, please tune into it. And the actual... I don't know if you can YouTube the actual comedy special, but the comedy special is called Stand Out. The actual documentary is called Outstanding, A Comedy Revolution. Meanwhile, I'm doing all this waving, and you know how the wind blows when you moving and talking with your hands and doing hand performance and, you know, doing all that. That Everything by T.S. Madison is starting to stroke me. I'm doing all this, and the wind is just, I'm encapsulated. I'm engulfed over here by this fragrance that I sprayed on me. Yeah, I'm trying to get ate up this weekend. But Outstanding, A Comedy Revolution. Please tune into it. It's going to make you laugh. It's going to make you cry. It's going to make you think. It's going to make you learn something. But I feel like this is worth talking about, and this is worth watching. Because knowledge is power, and the more knowledge that we have amongst our allies, the better that we can be. And even amongst people who are ignorant to LGBTQ plus things and LGBTQ plus people. You know, those of you who are ignorant and purposely ignorant towards us, hopefully you find a little peace in your heart to watch something like this and learn. Learn from this. I don't want to change the atmosphere because I always create a great atmosphere. But because we're talking about Pride Month and we're within the Pride Month and we're in, you know, the month of June and we're celebrating and liberating all things LGBTQIA2+, it would be remiss to me if I did not discuss a situation that had happened this month, because when we're talking about Pride Month, not only are we going to talk about the love, but we're going to talk about the hate too. We're going to talk about things, people, places, and things that have been raised up and things that people are talking about, and we're going to talk about things that have been discriminated and stigmatized against. So with all of that said, I want to discuss the person that's on my screen right now. His name is, Jarvis McIntyre. And I wanted to talk about him most importantly because he's from St. Louis stand up. And it hurts me when I read articles in the news about my St. Louis gay people. Something bad has happened to them because I'm from St. Louis. I want my people in St. Louis to strive and thrive and grow better. And we can't grow better when we're dropping by the numbers, you know, for whatever reason. So this young man, a 26-year-old, I'll give you the backstory because I do want to highlight this. A 26-year-old man, black gay man. Now, I want to mention this too because the media always want to do this. From news stories to scholarly journals to articles on the internet, they always want to do this. This man was gay. This man was black and openly gay. That was not mentioned nowhere in the article or the news story. But everybody that surrounds him and everybody who has been his village knows that this man is gay. But the news story just wanted to make sure that they said 26-year-old Navy veteran, which we salute you. Everybody salutes the military. I salute the military. Thank you for your service. But it kind of was a disadvantage to the news outlets that didn't highlight him for being not only a Navy veteran, but also a black gay man as well. So, rewind the tape. 26-year-old black gay man on June 6, 2024 went down to San Antonio, Texas, a few days before his birthday to visit his family. He was down there for a while. He flown down there, actually, and he rented a car. One day in San Antonio, he was working out. Now, this reminds me of Aubrey. What's his name? What's the guy's name that was running in Atlanta? And he was in a wooded area and two men had chased him down. Everybody know what the man and he had a tux with a bow tie on. You all know who I'm talking about. In Atlanta. And he had got gunned down by those two white men in that pickup truck. Same situation with Jarvis McIntyre. He was out working out just like the black man from last year, 2 years ago, who had got murdered by the white man, working out in a park close to his family's house in San Antonio, Texas. A 911 operator had told media outlets that this man had called into the police and said that he was being chased by a racist. Those were his exact words on the 911 call. And everybody could go Google it and play it back, watch the videos. I'm just trying to give you a rundown of what's going on. The man Jarvis McIntyre, was in the park working out, minding his business, parked his rental car, and wanted to just go for a jog. Shortly after, a man in a truck had a rifle, was chasing Jarvis McIntyre with the rifle. Meanwhile, this was June 6th. June 14th, his body was found. So what happened between that gap? How many days is that? 8? That was an 8-day gap between June 6th and June 14th. What happened between that 8 days with this man? Found in a wooded area, decomposing 0.52 miles away from his vehicle, away from his rental vehicle. Found decomposing in a wooded area 8 days later. Additionally, police had started the investigation. They saw that the car was 5.52 miles away from his decomposing body in the wooded area. The police scavenged the car, inspected the car. All of Jarvis's belongings were in the trunk of the car. Some say it was foul play. Some say it was a gay hate crime. Some say it was a racist crime. Nobody knows. Those are just the details that we know. And again, I would suggest you Google Jarvis McIntyre death. His story will pop up. Everything that I just said are the details that are out. There are no additional details versus what I just told you. it leads me to asking several questions about this situation, including why 8 days? June 6th, the man went down to Texas to visit his family. June 14th, he was found dead. What happened with that 8-day gap? Why was his rental car found 0.52 miles away from his decomposing body in a wooded area? Why were all of his belongings found in the trunk of the car nice and neat? Why are no more details coming forth? I know there's some family in Texas that know more details versus what we know from Googling the story and Googling the situation, but why is nobody coming forth with any details? It just hurts me. It saddens me to see our young black gay men and young black gay people, period, still getting murdered and found for dead in the middle of wooded areas. And, when is this hate gonna stop? When are we going to stop this? When are we going to stop killing our black gay people and start allowing our black gay people to feel liberated and unapologetically them? When are we going to stop this? So, a balloon release was done in McIntyre's honor. It was on Thursday. It was yesterday. Not a balloon release, I'm sorry. Chinese lantern release for him in his honor. And it was yesterday in St. Louis, Missouri, from our home city. And kudos. I shout out to CW. Who hosted it? I'm looking at the thing. It don't say who hosted it. But it did say that it was a Chinese lantern release in McIntyre's honor. So kudos to whoever had, organized that and made sure that the memorial for this man and this vigil for this man was done right. We need to stop killing us. People need to start becoming more allies and stop hating us. Stop hating us for being unapologetically gay. Stop hating us for being unapologetically black. Stop, white people. Stop looking at melanated skin and automatically gaining in your mind and controlling your mind as to how you're going to treat that person from a mile away. Stop doing that, white people. I get a lot of that here in Minneapolis. It's white people that will literally speak to the next white person in the parking lot at the grocery store, but will see my beautifully melanated skin from across the parking lot and know that I'm approaching the front door, and they know exactly how they're going to treat me before I even reach the front door of the grocery store. That's sad, but that is an observation that I have made. And enough is a fucking enough. Excuse my language, but it needed to be said. Enough is enough. We need to be able to be in spaces to where we can exist as human beings. Because at the end of the day, gay, straight, bisexual, green, blue, or purple, we're still human. And all we ask you to be is a human-loving human. So kudos to whoever organized the Chinese Lantern Vigil for McIntyre. You did a fine job. Me thinking about this situation takes me back to O'Shea Sibley, who also lost his life in New York by dancing to a Beyonce song from the Renaissance album. He was literally voguing to You Won't Break My Soul. Literally voguing in a parking lot at a gas station. Minding his business, not bothering nobody, until a group of thugs walked up and stabbed this man to death. Again, another openly black gay man. O'Shea Sibley in New York on July 29th, 2023. When are we going to stop killing us? When are you going to stop killing us? Two beautifully black gay men living unapologetically free and unapologetically themselves got their lives taken away just for being them. So I continue to say their names, Jarvis McIntyre and O'Shea Sibley, along with a number of other black gay people and black LGBTQ people and black transgender people and black lesbian people who have been murdered, and we have forgotten about you. Don't think I've forgotten about you. I have not. I continue to say your name. I'm going to continue to boost you up. I'm going to continue to look at you as the rising star that you were on this earth and in heaven. So it's just sad to sit here on June 21st within the middle of Pride Month and be speaking about two beautiful black gay men who have lost their lives for being their gay selves. It's sad, but we need to continue to say their names. So my topic I know it feels like I've been talking with you all for so long, but like I say, it's been 2 weeks and I've been missing you all. My topic of the day is actually coming from my question of the day, my question of the week. We all seen this. LGBTQ people. We've seen this photo on Instagram. We've seen this. My question to you, LGBTQIA2 plus individuals, how do we feel about this? If you're watching, put it in the comment section. If you got my email address, send me an email. If you got my phone number, text or call me after the episode. How do we feel about this, LGBTQ people? All he did was dress up in support of his openly gay son, his openly gay biological son at that. This was not a boy that he adopted. This is not a boy that he met last week. This is actually a young gay individual that it happens to be his son. He took to Instagram as an ally, as a fatherly ally for the LGBTQ community. I almost said ubiquitous because I'm so used to saying that because of T.S. Madison. For the LGBTQ community, all he did was take an ally photo shoot, got so much hate. He said he lost over 10,000 followers on Instagram because of this one photo right here. So I asked myself, what do you think about this, DeAndre? And then I want to ask my fellow LGBTQ individuals, how do you all feel about this? I want to know for real. Me, I'm going to answer this. Now, your answer might be different from mine. I'm going to answer this. I am 150% in support of what he did for his son as an ally. I am wholeheartedly in support of what this man did. Why is it an issue? I have no clue. I've said I have no clue on this one episode about 3 or 4 times. I don't have a clue about where people are coming from right now. Me, I'm a mental health counselor and I still can't keep up with people. I don't know where people are coming from. I don't know the bags that people are coming out of. People are coming out of a bag on you. People are talking out the side of their neck to you. People are cursing you out behind your back. Like, people are really struggling, not just physically, not just financially, but people are struggling and challenged and drained mentally. People are really not themselves right now. Maybe it's the drugs. Maybe it's the alcohol. I'm not being funny right now. I'm being wholeheartedly serious right now. It is something going on where so many people have so much hate in their heart. I'm into it with a family member that I will not mention on this episode because of hatred in their heart. And I pray to God that me and that particular family member come back together again. That me and that particular family member are walking hand in hand and our hearts connect again. Right now, I've been taking a back seat and been isolating myself from everybody, friends, family, and loved ones alike, who have been a distraction. It's been a lot of hatred in a lot of families, not just my own. It's been a lot of frustration, a lot of hatred, a lot of irritability, a lot of negative energy in a lot of families. And I'm praying for everybody's family because we need family right now. Families are bickering with each other and they're mad at each other, and people are mad at Marlon Wayans for doing this, which, by the way, I love me some Marlon Wayans, by the way. If anybody was to ask me who was the funniest Wayans to me out of all the family, this one right here, Marlon Wayans is the funniest to me. He's the funniest. He's the most attractive to me. I know I'm probably saying a little too much, but yes, that part. But Marlon Wayans is nothing but an ally and always have been. He's spoken several times because he has several comedy specials where he has gotten on a live stage and has shown support to the LGBTQ community. He has a niece who's now a stand-up comic who's an out lesbian. You all don't know that, but yes, he has a niece. I think her name is Shantae Wayans, who's an out lesbian with a whole girlfriend and everything. He has shown more support to his niece than anybody in the world. It's hard to have a stand-up comedian career. You know, a career in stand-up comedy has been hard, and you'll get that from the Outstanding A Comedy Revolution documentary on Netflix that I mentioned to you. You will get that. You're gonna grasp that. But all Marlon Wayans wanted to do was show solidarity and support for his gay son, and lost over 10,000 followers for it. Because everybody thought that he was openly gay, or people are so fucking ignorant, it makes no sense. It makes no sense at all how ignorant and how stupid and how one-sided and how closed-minded some people can be in the world. It's frustrating to be a gay person in this world. It really is. But I'm going to continue the fight, and I'm going to continue to walk my little gay journey. But Marlon Wayans, I have nothing to say bad about Marlon Wayans. He's done nothing but shown support to his son. He's been on the news networks. Everybody has been chastising him and criticizing him. People have been criticizing him all his career. Ever since he stepped foot on stage and started his career, everybody's been chastising him. So he has had that I don't give a fuck attitude, and I really love that about him, because sometimes you have to have that attitude in order to be able to have that tunnel vision and keep moving forward in your lane. If you're worried about what's going on your right and on your left, you're not going to see what's straight ahead of you. So sometimes having tunnel vision and just saying, fuck everybody around you is the best that you can do in your life and in your career. So the statement from Marlon Wayans after all of this backlash was, and I quote, "Half of you were not fans of mine in the beginning to begin with. So for those of you who chose to unfollow me and not support me for being an ally to my gay son, fuck all y'all. And those were his words. And that was the most realest post I've ever read from anybody this year. I'm like, kudos to you, Marlon Wayans. And you continue to do the work and the efforts and continue your allyship and continue everything that you've been doing in your life for your life. Continue that because you're deserving of every support and all the flowers and all the accolades that you deserve. You're in support. I support you 150%. Just like I said, you being an ally is what you should do for your gay son. You see how happy I am? And I'm going to say something in a minute after I'm done with all of this. Because you're going to look back at this whole episode and you're going to say everything that DeAndre said from the top of the episode all the way to this point now is all making sense, from parents and guardians supporting their gay children to this, to Marlon supporting his gay son and being an ally, to the hatred and discrimination, not only that LGBTQ people receive, but people like Marlon Wayans being an ally to LGBTQ people, he's receiving. All of this is coming full circle in this one episode. And me sitting and thinking about that and smelling my everything by T.S. Madison, smelling like I'm finna be ate up tonight. This is all putting a smile on my face. Now, if I could think of what I'm going to eat after this episode is concluded, I would be even more happier. Because I'm hungry. I'm so hungry right now. But Marlon Wayans, I salute you if nobody else does. And I hope and pray that you see this episode and you see that I stand in solidarity with you, being an openly black gay man and you being in solidarity with your openly black gay son. I commend you. Maybe if ignorant ass motherfuckers wouldn't be so busy to judge allyship like this, maybe they would learn how to be a real ally. I had to take a sip on that one because there's so much ignorance in the world and people need to just learn how to be an ally. And the best poster child for gay allyship is Marlon Wayans, because him, Elizabeth Taylor, Cheryl Lee Ralph, who are the people? Post in the comment section all of the black allies, the black celebrity allies that you know, or allies who are heterosexual, like the heterosexual allies that you know. Post in the comment section or email me the people that you know who are heterosexual and who are allies to LGBTQ people. Because there's a ton of them. But it makes me mad for somebody like Marlon Wayans, a comedian, actor, producer, executive producer, businessman, writer. This man is talented and black. And he's my favorite. And y'all hating on my favorite. And I'm not finna allow that. I'm not getting ready to allow that. Y'all are not getting ready to hate on my favorite. Don't nobody bet not say nothing bad about Miss Jenkins. That was a reference to his sister, by the way, if you all didn't catch that. But you all will watch this episode and you'll catch it. But I can't say it enough. Marlon Wayans, I salute you. Thank you for being the ally for LGBTQ people that I need to see in 2024. Thank you for being that model. Thank you for being that pillar. Thank you for being that black man who knows how to support his black gay son. Thank you. Look at me in my notes like my name is Connie Chung. Self-care management segment. I'm moving right along with my show because everybody get it. Everybody know that I love me some Marlon Wayans, some T.S. Madison, some Patrick Ian Polk. I love my people, particularly my black people. I really do. And I'm going to keep fighting for you. I'm going to, as long as there is breath in my body and I can put my feet on solid ground, I am always going to root for my black people who are doing good in the world. And I'm always going to root for my black people who root for me. So moving right along, the next segment is called self-care management. I wanted to call it petty peeve, but it's already been trademarked. The name petty peeve is what my girls Jade and Kia do. That's a segment on their show, and they talk about their pet peeves of the week, but they call them petty peeves. Shout out to Iron Chef Jade and Dr. Takia Robinson from the Getting Grown podcast. I listen to you faithfully and wholeheartedly. Your episodes have brought tears to my eyes. So I'm always going to show you respect. So I'm not going to call my segment petty peeves, even though I wanted to. I also don't want to call it what grinds my gears, which is what I called it in season 1 on Facebook, because I got that from Family Guy, and I believe that they trademarked that as well. So self-care management, I can easily use. So until I can figure out what I'm going to call this segment, I'm going to call it self-care management, because I have a problem, but I also have a solution, which is self-care management. Never, ever put out of your mouth or put into the atmosphere a problem that you don't have a solution for. Because you are the problem and you are the solution. Yes, I am the problem, but I'm also the resolution too. I can also come up with a conclusion to my problem. It just takes me some time sometimes. And sometimes I can come up with it like that. But you are the problem and you are the solution. So with that being said, this week, a lot has bothered me, but my problem this week is particularly Juneteenth. As much as I acknowledge Juneteenth as a holiday, I kind of feel that Juneteenth being recognized as a federally recognized holiday has been chaotic. A federally recognized holiday like Juneteenth has been utterly chaotic. I thought Martin Luther King Jr. Day being recognized as a federally recognized holiday was an issue, but Juneteenth is utterly an issue. Like, it is the most chaotic. I'm not going to say that I didn't want Juneteenth to be recognized federally. But again, with every problem should be every solution. You recognize a holiday like Juneteenth that has a very daunting history, but also a celebratory Jubilee history, but it's not for everybody. Juneteenth is not everybody's holiday. And honestly, Martin Luther King Jr. Day is not everybody's holiday. But people get the day off. Every single person. Don't matter your race. You get the day off on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Juneteenth, if it's a federally recognized holiday and an organization or agency wants to close, everybody can be off for Juneteenth. What the hell is somebody who does not know the history of Juneteenth? What the hell are you going to do on Juneteenth? And you know who I'm talking about. because my melanated folks know exactly the history and the dichotomy and the legacy of what Juneteenth is. But if you are not a melanated individual, you should not be celebrating no Juneteenth. You should not be drinking red Kool-Aid on June 19th. You should not be having the cookout on June 19th. You shouldn't even have the day off on June 19th every year. But here we are. So because this is my personal problem, my solution to this is I first acknowledge it as a problem, but just don't support. I'm going to say happy Juneteenth. I'm going to celebrate Juneteenth. Actually, last year I went home and celebrated Juneteenth with my siblings. My sister and all of my siblings came together at my sister's house. She cooked soul food. We drank red Kool-Aid. We talked about Juneteenth related stories. We were actually happy to be a black family on Juneteenth in 2023. This year just seems like it's chaotic because why is Walmart selling Juneteenth decorations for any and everybody to buy? Why must the bank be closed on Juneteenth? What's wrong with America? And why is it that we would make Juneteenth federally recognized but don't know how to recognize it? So yes, my solution is just to not support all the issue, like the issue of Juneteenth being a federally recognized holiday. I'm just going to ignore that. I'm going to ignore the mess and the chaos and just enjoy Juneteenth for what it is. I love you all for tuning in. I really do. I love that I could get on a platform like YouTube and ramble and it all makes sense. I was really happy today. I really was. I didn't think that this show was going to come together, but every segment that I did today has came full circle, and I'm really happy for myself. So I'm going to pat myself on the back because I did a great job with today's episode. I'm going to celebrate Pride Month. I'm going to celebrate and scream Happy Pride from the top of Mount Everest up until the end of June. I celebrate my openly gay pride 12 months out of the year, but it's just so good that as of 25 years ago, the month of June has been made Pride Month. So happy Pride Month again. I love everybody for tuning in. My next episode will be Sunday, actually. I'm going to be doing a new episode this upcoming Sunday at the church, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, Sunday, June 23rd. I feel like I haven't done enough episodes during Pride Month, so I'm going to do a special episode this coming Sunday at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. I love everybody for tuning in to the show. I love you all for loving me. Most importantly, I love my allies who are watching this show and know that I'm an openly black gay man and know that I'm openly HIV positive and still love me. Don't be scaring me now. I thought this computer was finna catch on fire. But you love me. You really love me. And I love you for loving me. So next episode, tune in on Sunday. Happy Pride Month to you. Before I close out, I close out with my closing gems. I actually have a closing gem and a closing affirmation. The gem is from me. The closing gem for the week is surround yourself with the people, places, and things that are beneficial to your growth. You know you're growing daily, but if you're still surrounded by those same raggedy ass people and that same raggedy ass job that's not seeing your potential and that's not seeing your growth and your benefit, leave it. You still around raggedy ass things that still not seeing your potential and seeing your growth. Get away from it. Surround yourself with the people, places, and things that are beneficial to your growth. Please. Stop staying around all that stale ass stuff that's not letting you grow or that's not allowing you the space and the grace to be yourself. Please and thank you. I got mixed up. My closing affirmation comes from my line brother who always sends me affirmations daily. Shout out to my fraternity brother and line brother, DeMarco Burr. I really love you. I just saw you on Wednesday on Juneteenth. We went to the Juneteenth Kiki Ball. I really love you. I love your energy. You really made me smile the whole time. It's just being around you. It's beneficial for my mental. It really is. You just do not know how much of a brother I look to you as and how you've healed my mental capacity and make sure that my mental capacity stays level. So shout out to my line brother, DeMarco Burr, and for this affirmation that he sent to me. I have to read it because it's beautiful and I want to make sure I get every word correct. If you spend too much time worried about who everyone else wants you to be, you eventually forget who you really are. Don't lose yourself. Don't live in the prison of other people's opinions. You are not who you think or say, who they think or say about you. You are who God says about you. And that comes from my line brother. That was his affirmation he sent me today. I felt like I needed to read it today because it encompasses everything I just said in my closing gem. You are who God says you are. You are not who other people around you and thoughts and opinions around you say you are. Put that tunnel vision on and continue walking down your path. Keep that tunnel vision as you continue to walk down your journey. I love you for loving me. I love you for tuning in for Your Mental Health Matters, staying mentally aware. Thank you for tuning in for another episode. This was episode 2 in season 2. And always remember to protect your peace by any means necessary. And do nothing without intention. Nothing without intention. Until the next episode, I love you. Protect your peace. Protect your magic. Happy Pride Month. Continue to tune in to Your Mental Health Matters, staying mentally aware. I love you for watching. Bye.